Story Wars in LA. So I explained, like, in a pretty thick paragraph, like what the game is. And then I wrote another text going, I really hope you say yes now for all that writing. And he was like, it's good to write sometimes, Jay. I like when the curmudgeons are the curmudgeons, though. So I asked Jeselnik also to do Story Wars, and he was like, it's great to hear from you, Jay. No.
Bonfire. Weeknights at 5 p.m. Eastern on Faction Talk or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, and no, this isn't a timeshare cancellation ad. I'm here to help you break free from your overpriced mobile carrier with Red Pocket Mobile. Did you know the average American wireless bill is $140 a month? At Red Pocket, plans start at just $10 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data with absolutely no games and no price increases ever. But it gets even better. Red Pocket gives you your choice of all 3 major mobile networks for the very best 5G coverage anywhere you are. And you get to keep your phone and number. At Red Pocket Mobile, you don't have to settle. I don't see how anyone could say no to getting 1 low, locked-in price and 3 5G networks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
The iPhone 17 series available now at redpocket.com at up to $200 off. Go to redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Chris is at the ATM, but it's dispensing life advice instead of cash.
Did you really need that cheese sculpture of the mailman? Well, yes.
This is wonderful news because it means Chris is sleeping deeply enough to dream, thanks to his Inspire implant. If CPAP doesn't work for you, check out Inspire Therapy, an implantable sleep apnea treatment covered by most insurers. Find a provider and view safety info at inspiresleep.com.
Imagine a health plan you'll actually want to renew, not just have to. We're ClaimDoc. By providing transparency, fighting for fair payments, and saving employers up to 33% compared to traditional health plans, we enable companies to take more control of their health plan costs. If advocating for our members makes us health plan rebels, so be it. Get your health plan costs under control at ClaimDoc.com.
Greetings and citations, fine shits.
Welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Oh, mercy. Welcome. Here we are. Sam Roberts Show. Happy Thursday. Whoa, 9:25:25. 25:25. That's a coincidence. How many times are we going to get that?
12.
Oh.
12 times. What are you talking about?
Wow, still. And that, I mean, only 3 more. And I just found out now, so.
All right, use them up.
Yep.
Enjoy them.
I'll enjoy today. You enjoy today, too. Welcome. And when it's the 25th month of the year 2025, that's going to be 25.
That does not happen.
No?
No.
Oh.
There's 12 months just like all years.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to double check your work on that.
I did fail out of math.
Yeah, it's tough. Math is very difficult. I had the addition and subtraction. Once they got to Multiplication, division, it's going to be tough. 866-969-1969 is the phone number this morning here on Sam Roberts Show. And I've got to tell you, I watched half, if we're being honest, I watched half of the new Kanye West documentary.
Yeah, and now you'll never finish it.
I will not finish it. I got it. Because it's not a comfortable watch, the Kanye doc. Because basically this dude followed Kanye around for like 6 years. And I don't think he followed him around every day for 6 years, but he had...
Almost every day.
Yeah, really like clearly strong access to the point. And he left a lot in the movie. Now, it's not like... The movie feels more like just a collection of footage. There's not like a really strong narrative, but they do a good job. Like if you followed the sort of larger kind of pop culture-y moments that we all saw from Kanye, they do put a lot of the sort of behind the scenes, like his version of what happened is in it. But there's no like narrator over it going like, you might remember that this happened on the news. Well, here's what really happened. You just go, oh shit. Like you see Kenny G on Valentine's Day or whatever it was with the room full of flowers performing for Kim and he and Kim watching it and everything. Like that's all in it. But you also, I mean, you just see this guy. And it's especially after watching the Charlie Sheen doc. Because a big part of the Charlie Sheen doc was like, we were all having so much fun with winning, duh. And Charlie was like, I was in real trouble. You know what I mean? Like I needed people to stop me. And it's not that simple because I'm sure he had people around him trying to stop him and they were unsuccessful. And when an addict or somebody that's mentally ill is in that swing, they're an adult. There's only so much you can do. I mean, they freed Britney Spears, for God's sake.
That's a mistake.
I know. There's only so much you can do.
We fucked up.
So I have sympathy for the people around. I certainly don't blame. I do question the people that were making money off of the sort of mental decline of celebrities, be it, Britney, Charlie, Kanye. And that's when I would love to talk to the guy who did the film at some point in the future about like where he stands on, the morality behind following him, because it's not like he started this project and after 6 years he was like, oh, this is going bad. Like it went bad pretty early on, and then Kanye would swing back into being okay again, and then he would be bad again. Like even before, because even before he was doing, MAGA hat, which then evolved into Alex Jones and Hitler, even before all that stuff, there's still like a lot of footage of him, whether it's the clip that we already watched from the trailer yelling at Kris Jenner, or like there's footage of him talking to Kim, who is legit, it would appear in this doc anyway, trying to be his actual wife, like not some weird celebrity put on. And it's like emotionally abusive the way he is to the people around him. Like he is violently screaming at them. If you believe that you can violently scream at somebody without actually striking them, I mean, the way he was yelling at people was as violent as it can go.
I don't think there's any moral issues with this. Like, he was doing his job.
Yeah, but
he said in interviews he had constant conversations with Kanye about stopping filming.
Oh, and Kanye was like, you can't.
Kanye said, film everything.
Yeah.
Like, he said one time he went to the dentist, and so Nico, the guy who did this.
Oh, I haven't gotten to the Nas part. when he got on nitrous oxide.
One time he went to the dentist just to get his teeth cleaned or whatever. You do there. And Nico just waited in the car because he's like, okay, I'll just wait in the car. And then like 5 minutes later, one of Kanye's guys came out and said, like, you need to be in there. You're filming. Like, you are filming everything. Kanye told him film everything. Not once did he say turn the cameras off.
I know. But also, when somebody's in decline, following their orders is like a little like, okay. I mean, it's your job.
All you're doing is documenting.
But it's not like it's a...
Yeah, I wouldn't get involved.
Yeah, I'm
doing a job.
You're there to document.
And then put out a film.
I mean, that was the point, right?
Yeah. He started working for Kanye.
How does Kanye feel about it?
He said he showed Kanye a rough cut.
Yeah.
He had no notes. Then he showed him 2 more cuts. And he said, good.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. I'll tell you exactly what he said.
They have, first of all, what's really interesting and surprising? Charlie Kirk is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a meeting that Candace and Charlie Kirk had with Kanye about how getting into politics is how you influence culture and this and that. Because they go through the whole MAGA period. And he was there with Kanye, like when Kanye did SNL. That whole sort of thing. Remember when Kanye pissed off the entire SNL cast because they said he could do his last song while they were doing the credit scene with everybody on stage. And then he just went on that rant, and he wore the MAGA hat and everything. First of all, it's funny because he goes like, they're like, because you're wearing, the hat from Trump. And he goes, no, I made this hat. Like he made his own. He styled and made his own MAGA hat. And that's why I was like, okay, because the fit is a little more contemporary than most other hats. And it made sense when he said it's because he made it. But I found it very interesting that Charlie Kirk was in it and kind of having this sort of just, they were just, having a conversation about being, political, in the sort of political zeitgeist conversation. But then also, I thought came across very well. Michael Che, confronted Kanye after SNL and was like, dude, what the fuck was that? And, really was like, that wasn't cool what you just did. That was not cool at all.
That's all in the video?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And Kanye was kind of like, no,
and that's the one time somebody says anything.
And it really was like Michael, there was
just
no
yes men around him.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, there's gonna be a fight. It was just like, bro, it wasn't what you just did was not cool. We all showed you love. We all love you. We all respect you. And you threw me under the bus. And it's like, you almost see this shock in Kanye where he doesn't even know how to respond.
To someone saying no?
Yeah, because somebody's pointing out his poor behavior and that hey, that affected me, that you hurt us, that negatively affected us. And it was almost like they had to go okay, Mike, maybe we'll have this conversation later. And he was like, oh, but seeing him sort of, it was almost like a shell shock when Che and also seeing Che, somebody like him go right up to Ye and say, this is not cool, because you think that's not happening. And to see it happen and then to see that kind of shell shock reaction to, because, he paints himself as the victim so much that somebody actually holding him accountable for his behavior is wild to see.
That's also the only time Nico says in 6 years anybody asked me to turn the camera off. And
SNL did. Yeah, a lady, you see it. A lady comes over and says, could you please turn the camera off? Yeah, because there's even a scene, too, where, Pharrell is with him, and Pharrell's like, is this your guy? And he left it in. Is this your guy? Mm-hmm. And Kanye was like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
No, it's really interesting, how insistent Kanye was with film everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he said after he watched it, Nico says that Kanye said, it felt like looking back on my life as if I was dead. It was an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, well, if I look back on my life and saw that, I'd be like, I really need to change everything in my life. I've been a real asshole for a long time. I used to be awesome. Yeah, and then they show, and it's almost and it's interesting because, Troy, I think the other day you brought up the sort of, what's it called, church music period that he went through, the gospel period that he went through, and how a lot of fans were like, gospel music, because it wasn't the music that we wanted. But it came across in the doc that was when Kanye was his healthiest. It actually was this is okay, and he had this vision of, but he also, and I think this happens with a lot of bipolar people, he goes out and he says, this is what I'm doing now. This is it, and this is what I'm doing from now on. And then in the next scene, everything's different. It starts, he's like, I'm back in Chicago, I'm moving to Chicago, and I'm never leaving Chicago. And then the next thing you know, he's in Africa. You know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, he's in Japan. And then the next thing you know, he's full on politics, this is what I'm doing. And then the next thing you know, he's completely giving up politics and he's doing church and spreading love. And then the next thing you know, he's going through all these cycles. And he does have this awareness. When he was doing all this MAGA stuff, he does have this awareness of, it's not about the literal interpretation of the hat. It's about the bigger picture. He does have this awareness of putting on a performance art piece, but I don't think he has the self-awareness to kind of analyze the humanity of what's going on and the way people actually perceive him and what's real. Like he said, and you're right, Travis, like this idea that he always has yes people around him. Like he's big into architecture. He loves architecture, yay. And he's sitting with these high level architects. And they're all at a table, and Ye is sketching, you know. And the architect, who's like one of these like architect artist guys, where they're kind of thinking of not just how do we build a thing, but conceptually, you know, and saying, you know, the limits of architecture, contemporary architecture, brutalist architecture, all of these sort of categories are now out the window, and you can combine this and kind of speaking on this high level thing. And Ye is like sketching his idea for the house he wants to build and everything. And the guy's like, you know, when you consider what the roof is, you should consider. And Ye's like, look, you can talk if you want, but you know I'm right. So, you know, you don't have to tell me this. I already know I'm right. And instead of being like, hey, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, don't talk to me like that. Everybody at the table is like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And he's like being very, I mean, it's disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like to the point, like this is their craft. And for you to be like, no, I'm the genius. You guys are just following my lead. And then like in that moment of hostility, he starts asking the people at the table, hey, I can see that you're feeling something right now. What are you feeling? And then the woman, instead of being like, I'm feeling like you're an asshole, I'm feeling angry at you. She's like, oh, you know, I'm just kind of listening because I'm feeling like we're getting to know you better and figuring out what you know, how your mind works. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And you're like, somebody's got to, like, Che is the one that should be around him all the time being like, knock it off.
But would you want to get involved?
No, I guess not. I guess not.
Like, let this guy talk. Let me walk out of the room in peace.
And they're all like, he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, of course they want it.
And this lunatic is going to spend it.
Yeah.
Because he's not a responsible human being. And then we can get it. Right?
I mean, I see both sides. You're right. They shouldn't do that to him. But like, if they don't, somebody else is just going to come in there and do it.
And he's an adult. And he's free to make his own decisions. And if he's not, he's going to spend it all on nitrous oxide. So better to give it to the architects, right?
Yeah, they need to.
And they are going to build him a beautiful house.
Sure.
He's probably going to live in it for 7 weeks and then decide to change his mind and go somewhere else.
And they're the ones that get to say, hey, I built Kanye West's house.
Right. And when you see him in these houses, they're amazing.
Sure.
Like, it's incredible. The house that he builds in Japan is unbelievable. And it really is this, like, you could tell it's like this work of art. But he's just going to leave. He's going to get bored and leave. There's just no peace.
Mentally with Kanye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And for me too, it was like, you do get to a point where, well, while of course you have to hold an adult accountable for what they say, it's almost like the idea of getting offended by the words that he says is kind of ridiculous because he's a mentally ill person. That's just, I mean,
spewing.
Right. He just happens to be great at music.
Yeah.
He has the ability, I think.
I don't know. It's been so long since he's done anything remarkable musically, for me at least. Other people, I mean, I know people that love his gospel stuff. And I love gospel music. It's just like, it just drones. And it's just like, dude, where is this going?
Right. Right. I also think even for artists, even if you don't have that thing, for artists who are constantly trying to go outside the box, you reinvent and it's great. And you reinvent and it's great. But I mean, Brian Wilson did the same thing. Like you are struggling so hard to go like, okay, like you're feeling like you pushed it all the way to another level when you put out Good Vibrations. Now that I'm on that level, I have to push it to an equidistant level. I have to go that much further above Good Vibrations. And it drives you crazy because you can't.
I get that.
You know what I mean? You can't. Like, you can't continue because at a point, like, it just becomes that. It becomes this idea where you've completely thrown song structure out the window because you're redefining everything.
But with him, it was like, his music, you know, in the albums that we love, his beats are so insanely good.
They're insanely good.
You could literally just listen to the instrumentals of his music and really enjoy it.
But it was like when he put out the first album, College Dropout. The whole thing was like, well, what if I sped up these soul samples? Nobody's really doing that. Everyone's like, oh my God. And then he put out Late Registration, and it was like, well, what was it? Fiona Apple's producer, I think, is who he used. And that sort of, that sound, oh my God, he did that. And then Graduation was that kind of like Daft Punk thing that, oh my God, he did it. And then he did 808s and Heartbreaks, and it like completely flipped everything on its head. And at a point, like it keeps going to this point that you I mean, it's just not a pace that you can continue.
You're right. But then
it'll drive you crazy.
His game plan was like, my beats are so insane, they're so good, I'm just not going to make beats now in my songs.
Right.
And you're like, wait, what? Like the thing that made your music so great,
yes,
you're not going to put in your songs anymore?
Almost like when he and it worked once when he did 808s, because he's like, what if I don't rap? What if I sing?
Yeah.
And it actually worked.
Yes.
And it shouldn't have worked.
Right.
But it worked. That's probably the most dangerous thing ever. The fact that worked. Now everything's off the table. And then, he's like, no, it's just going to be a ton of, like, synth or whatever.
Just droning.
Yeah.
Like, where is this going?
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. I mean.
It's nuts, dude.
But, like, you know, if Kanye, not that I have any good ideas, but if I were to, like, I'd be like.
About anything.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd be like, Kanye, just go back to, like, start from the beginning. Start from ground zero. What made you dope? Do that again.
And if you caught him in the right moment, he'd be like, you're right. And he'd be obsessed for 10 days. And then he'd like tell you what an idiot asshole enemy you are, fuckhead. And he'd yell at you, like scream, like a small child having a tantrum, and walk out of the room. I mean, like there's one scene where he's yelling at his cousin, who's like really there, I think is one of those like family members that feels like she is there to just have his back. But he makes it so difficult. Where she's like they're in Africa and he's like, I'm going to say this. And she goes, you shouldn't say that. And he just all of a sudden stands up. Like he's having this thing where it's like his people, and his wife is one of them. Kim is there. And the way he's doing it is he's sitting in a chair like this. And everybody else is in a line of chairs looking at him. So it's almost like he's giving them instructions, right? And he's like, this is what I'm going to say. And his cousin goes like, you shouldn't say that. You can't say that. And he just stands up and goes, fuck you! And you're like, what? And then she gets up to leave. And I thought at first she's like, oh, like she must be like, I can't take this. And he goes, sit back down. And then she turns around and sits back down. So it was almost like she was like, oh, this is the part where I'm supposed to leave. And then when he tells her to sit back down, she goes and sits back down. And she's like, I'm trying to protect you. That's all I'm trying to do. And he's just like screaming. And I think too, like that whole MAGA thing, like affected him because he was getting a lot of death threats when he was doing the MAGA thing. Yeah. Like he was going everywhere with a bulletproof vest. He couldn't he didn't feel like he could go anywhere publicly because he felt like I mean, there's a scene where he goes to the White House with Trump and he's on the phone. They're like, Jared Kushner's on the phone for you. And he's in his car driving to the White House and he goes, okay. And he's like talking to Jared Kushner going, I need to go into the White House the same way a foreign dignitary does, or I'm not going. And you just hear his side of the call. You don't hear the other side, obviously, because he's on a cell phone. And you just hear him go, no. You need to listen to me. You need to listen to me. I am putting my life on the line for you by wearing this hat. I'm wearing the hat right now. You need to treat me with the love and respect that would be coupled with that. I need to go in the way a foreign dignitary would go in. And guess how he went in? You know what I mean?
It's just crazy. Whatever crazy thing you come up with, it will happen.
Okay.
I mean, that's the problem.
Maybe I need to start talking to people crazy.
You got to keep going at the rate you're going with your career and get to a point where it's like you are untouchable. Then be the lunatic.
Can you hit me up when it's like, okay, you can start acting crazy now?
Yeah.
Because that'll be really fun.
Yes.
Like, I can't believe I can just shout at a person and they'll do that.
It'd probably be hard for your staff to be around you. I would imagine that's...
Well...
But you just wipe them out and get new ones, right?
That's right.
We'd be gone.
That's right.
Because you'd be like, shut up.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I would have to eliminate.
To get new people.
Yeah, but that's what happened to Ye, too.
You'd have to get AJs.
Yeah, I'd have to keep recycling new people in. That's what happened to Ye, though. Like part of it is like Cam and all of them are like, who are these people? Like everybody around him, he gets new people around him all the time because he doesn't like what the old people say. He doesn't like when people are like, yeah, this isn't good. Oh, really? Oh, okay, well, this guy says it's good. And the more new people you get around you, generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, the more they're like, okay, they're the ones that are coming in. They haven't seen your rise. They haven't seen you come up. They haven't seen any of this. They don't have the emotional investment. So they're the ones that are coming in just for the payday. They're the ones who don't care, you know? But when you violently scream at everybody around you, generally, you do have to find replacements.
You wonder how the story ends.
I know. And I only watched half the doc, so I didn't even get to the part where, like, he gets divorced and is yelling at Charlemagne about how big Pete Davidson's penis is.
That fucked him up something fierce.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about how big the penis was.
I know, I remember.
It fucked me up, too.
It would me, too.
And then Pete Davidson texted him a picture of him and her in a bed together.
That wasn't cool.
I'd be so mad.
I'm surprised she would allow that. You know? Like, that seems a little untasteful for her.
Distasteful?
Distasteful.
It does, but like...
It's fine. Untasteful's fine.
She might have been... No, it's not.
No, you're good. Try.
She might have been... I mean, she might have been driven to the point of madness. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
you don't know what was going on in that period right there.
And I'm telling you,
she might have been like, fuck it.
The way he yells at the people that are close to him is insane. Like, one incident would be enough to be like, you can never talk to me like that, ever. And it's like, but that's how he communicates. And he even says that. This is how I communicate. And it's like, no, that's not an excuse. You can't. You have to change how you communicate then. Yeah, it's kind of a tough watch, to tell you the truth.
I was excited for it, but...
It doesn't make you feel good.
Okay.
You know? I mean, if you're curious, it can maybe scratch that itch, but it won't make you feel good.
I'll be honest with you, Charlie Sheen's doc made me feel good.
Because there's a redemption at the end.
It's just so funny. He's nuts, and it's full throttle crazy.
Yeah, did you get to the end of it?
Yeah.
When he starts talking about the other side of the menu?
Yeah.
Yep.
He flipped that menu over.
Good for him. I ate all the appetizers, all the entrees.
How about one of each?
Yeah.
He's so lovable, though.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, I'm sure he's like, and all of his, it's so interesting with the Charlie Sheen doc, it did still make me feel very uncomfortable.
At times, sure.
But the fact that there's a light at the end is by the time if you get to the credits, if you ride the wave, and part one is just fun. Part one is fine. Mm-hmm. By the time you get to part two, you're like, oh my God, it's a real nail biter.
Yeah.
But if you can get to the end, you do feel good on the way out.
Yes.
But, you know, I think the fact that, like, even though they weren't in the doc, his dad and Emilio are still in his life.
Yep.
That, like, Sean Penn is in the doc not because he's a famous guy, but because he's Charlie's friend. And Sean Penn is not doing a documentary. Yeah. Sean Penn doesn't do stuff. He doesn't like doing stuff. He barely even does movies, you know? So the fact that Sean Penn is in it would indicate love for Charlie Sheen. The fact that Denise Richards is in it, that Charlie Sheen completely turned her world upside down. Love
She's
for Charlie.
great in it.
She's amazing in it because she's like a human.
She shouldn't have fucked up her face, but, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she went through it, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
She went through it.
You think that's all Charlie?
No, I think it's also being hot, famous and hot, especially in that era. I mean, there's probably a whole other documentary of what she went through in Hollywood.
I'm sure Charlie didn't help, to be honest with you.
I would say that hurt. I would say it hurt more than helped. I would say that's a fair assessment. Yeah. Yeah. Charlie really sent her for a loop.
Yeah. She went through it.
She went through it. But clearly, when he's not using, he's a really great person. It seems that way anyway. He comes across that way. And the fact that these people are all still in his life, it seems that he is a really good person when he's not using.
He's more like a tragic figure that, like...
Yeah.
He means well.
Yes, he means well.
He just can't control himself when he... spirals.
What Chuck Lorre's in it. You know what I mean?
He fucked Chuck Lorre up.
And he fucked Chuck Lorre up something fierce. Like, you could argue that what Charlie Sheen did to Chuck Lorre ended sitcoms, period. Like, there was nothing after that. Like, Chuck Lorre was the one that was keeping everything afloat. And after that, Chuck Lorre was over it. Like, that was the end of 3.5 Men for all intents and purposes. And I don't mean the end of the series. I mean Charlie Sheen leaving that show, because ain't no one watching the Ashton episodes.
No.
Especially, Ashton's a problematic figure now. But regardless.
We don't talk about him.
We don't talk about, yeah. But nobody's watching the Ashton episodes of 2.5 Men. I would argue that if you really looked at it, Charlie Sheen leaving 2.5 Men, and of course it was also timing, but that's the end of sitcoms for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I think, Big Bang Theory went on for a little while.
But that was almost...
that was already established.
It was grandfathered in.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Top sitcoms.
But, like, Chuck Lorre was keeping them alive. Chuck Lorre was doing everything for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like Abbott Elementary, and nobody even talks about that. Like, it's just considered a successful sitcom.
Yeah, you get 10 people watching.
And they're just doing the same thing that, The Office, the British Office, popularized.
Which is what?
Fake documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to the camera.
They call that mockumentary.
Oh, I thought it was just fake documentary.
No, you could call that mockumentary. That's an industry slang.
But, like, now literally every, sitcom just does that formula.
Because it's at least...
I started watching The Paper, and I agree with you, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
That there is a Parks and Rec Season 1 quality to it, and that a couple of characters are like...
I don't like that British guy who has way too many Ricky Gervais mannerisms.
He's just doing Ricky Gervais. And that goddess from White Lotus,
yeah.
We love her, but the character's got to go.
Yeah.
Got to go. Fire both of them for Season 2. Fire them both.
Yeah, we're like 4 episodes in, and I agree with every point you've made.
Right. I think there could be a show there.
Yeah.
There's a charm.
There's chuckles.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a charm to the guy who was the dead robot in the lady's attic in Black Mirror.
I mean, he's got a name.
Yes, he does.
He was in Star Wars.
Yes, he was.
He was in Ex Machina.
Yes. But he wasn't the Machina, which is weird because he was the Machina in the Black Mirror. I'm talking about in the attic.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Sure. You know who I'm talking about, though.
Yes,
okay.
Of course I do.
Well,
I know better than you.
Okay, well, guess what? You got there with my clues.
But yeah, Charlie Sheen killed sitcoms.
I think he did. I mean, they needed to be ended, but Charlie Sheen, I think killed it more quickly. And then he went and they didn't even really get into the fact that he did 96 episodes or 100 episodes of anger management in 3 weeks.
Yeah. They greenlit that for like 8 seasons. And I just film them all now.
Can you do it right now? And it probably would have been fascinating to hear about that because I think there's a high likelihood that they were like, can you shoot them all now before you might die?
Yes. Yeah.
You
before
might be
you
dead.
Spiral again.
Yeah. Can you just shoot them right now?
I thought John Cryer made the best observation at the very beginning of the documentary.
Can I tell you something about John Cryer?
Go ahead.
For somebody who dealt with this as much as he dealt with it, he doesn't come across as likable.
I don't think he's ever really come across as likable. He was, such a dorky, You know
what he comes across as? There's a thing that happens with sitcom actors that are either the nerdy character or the straight man, and it plagues them. It's a curse. I think the same way about Jaleel White, about Carlton, who now hosts Dancing with the Stars, and about, Ducky.
Okay.
He was Ducky, wasn't he? He was, right, Mike?
Yeah, Ducky was such a fucking asshole.
That's what I mean. Okay, so Jaleel White, Carlton, Ducky, Dwight Schrute, all of them have that same quality.
Are we putting Anthony Michael Hall in this?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, because he came, you know why? Because Anthony Michael Hall got jacked and then seemed like he would kick the shit out of you. Like none of the other people that I mentioned, and Dwight would be offended. Dwight, if I said that in Dwight's presence, he would want to fight me. Oh, no, I can kick your ass. And I go, that's exactly why we still call you Dwight, because that's how you reacted. That's the quality that happens. No, Anthony Michael Hall came out of it. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's because he was kind of a nerd, but he wasn't like a nerd. He was the nerd that would end up with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the nerd that the girl could still kind of have a crush on.
Okay.
Right? He was the good guy.
Okay.
Carlton, no, that's not happening.
No.
Jaleel, they had Stefan. But yeah. So I think John Cryer, Ducky, is in that, which is weird because he did all those seasons of that super successful show, and we still call him Ducky. But I think he is in that same category, and I think it does, unfortunately for him, come across in the doc.
But he made a great point.
Which is,
stop
calling me Ducky?
No, I don't even think anybody called him Ducky on set.
Well,
of the documentary, that would have been really disrespectful.
Good thing I didn't work on that, Doc.
No, I think when he said, Charlie, spirals, gets better, everybody rallies behind him.
Yes.
And he's like, I don't know if I'm doing this documentary. I don't know if this is a good thing that I'm doing or if I'm, becoming part of the next downfall.
Which is like...
Which is fair because he's...
I mean, it's fair, but it's kind of a bummer, bro. Like, come on, bro.
But he knows firsthand.
I know he does.
I
know he does. And you do. You kind of hold your breath at the end because I think Charlie's like, he's like 8 years sober or something like that.
Yeah.
And like he's doing great, but he's also at the point where he's done enough drugs that it's fucked him up. Like his brain, like he's a little off. Mm-hmm. And it's from all, you see that with people who just.
His ex-wife
went crazy. Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with her? And then you find out that she's probably even worse off than Charlie right now.
I don't think she's clean right now.
No. But I was like, oh, okay, that's why she's talking like that.
What they said in that doc, when they go...
About the other side of the menu?
I was like, first of all, I've never felt so good about ordering the same thing at the menu every single time I go to any restaurant. I have one order, and it works, and it's clearly functional, and it makes me feel good. So
you don't even flip over the menu.
I don't even honestly, most restaurants you don't have to give me the menu. Anybody that's been to a restaurant and you can back me up on this. Anybody that's been to a restaurant with me, I glance at the menu, and then I'm done with the menu before anybody. True or false?
Absolutely.
That's true. Okay, thank you.
True. I'm not even sure you might be thinking about something else.
No, I'll have the boneless wings, please. Easy peasy. No. No, I can tell you my order at every restaurant we go to.
Nice and regular.
Nice and regular. It's regular. By the way, everybody's satisfied. It's completely functional for what its purpose is, clearly. And it does make me feel good.
People love boneless wings.
People love boneless wings.
They hit the spot.
Nobody ever hears my order and goes, I don't like that, So, and when it's good, it doesn't get that repetitive. You know what I mean? So, no. I've never been so happy to say. I honestly, and we had this conversation a couple days ago. A lot of times I don't even leave the appetizers. I don't even hit the entrees half the time.
2 apps is a meal.
That's what I say. 2 apps is a meal. You want to look at the entree? Not tonight. No.
How about the back of the menu?
Oh, no. Would you like dessert? I'll just take the check. But sometimes you exhaust I've never even come close to exhausting a menu. Not even close.
Charlie went through a Cheesecake Factory menu.
I mean, page after page after page after page. And he's like, oh, there's another side to this. Do you want a wine list? No, I don't need one. Can I tell you about our specials? You can tell me about them, but I'm not going to take you up.
I'll be thinking about something else.
Yeah. I'll be daydreaming. No. Yeah.
But no, he does feel like he is on the verge of saying, I could probably handle
a little. I thought the most fascinating part, and again, it goes to and this is different from the Kanye doc, that the people around Charlie actually loved Charlie. Even his drug dealer that partied with him.
Oh, he loves him.
Loves Charlie.
He had one of Charlie's awards on his table.
Yes. His drug dealer is in the doc, and it's not, and that's what I mean. His drug dealer is clearly not somebody who was just trying to milk Charlie for all the money that he could. They even came to his drug dealer. So this is how they got Charlie sober. Spoiler alert. They go, hey, Charlie is freebasing like crazy. He's just doing all this crack cocaine nonstop. And he goes, I know, I'm giving it to him. And they go, look, can you slowly start to make it weaker? Can you make it weaker and weaker? Because your stuff, that's the thing. His stuff was very good. He felt very strong about that. I don't know how he was able to say all the things and not go to jail, but I don't know. Maybe there's a statute of limitations, or maybe,
I mean, you can't prove anything.
For the purpose of law, he was just kidding.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
It's theater of the mind.
Yeah, theater of the mind. Yeah. It's a visual medium.
Yeah, okay. Close your eyes.
Whatever. I don't know what that means. But he said, they came to him and they were like, can you start making it weaker and weaker? And so he would make the crack weaker and weaker and weaker.
Just wean him off.
To the point that he didn't need as much. And then he said Charlie would get so tired of doing it because it wasn't having any effect. Like, Charlie thought he had just exhausted the effects of cocaine. Like,
he
he's
had
like,
built up such a tolerance.
there's no amount that will get me high anymore. And what he didn't realize is by the end, there was so little cocaine content in the crack that, like, he was off. And that's how he got sober. That's how he got off the drugs. And that's amazing because, I mean, there are people that have addictions that bad. Because, I mean, everybody said at the point that Charlie was at, it was inhuman the amount of drugs he was doing. And so even the drug dealer was like, I've never seen anything like this before, and this is my industry. And and I mean, people who try to get sober off of that end up getting very, very sick. Like, you can die trying to get off drugs that way if you don't do it properly. But the fact that that's how it got done is, and it's also the most Charlie Sheen way to get off drugs. But it was also very interesting, too, to watch him, like, we all remember the Missiles of Truth tour, whatever it was called.
Violent Torpedo of Truth?
Yeah, Torpedo of Truth. And how, like, it really did. And it's, I mean, it goes back to, you know, what I'm saying about all this, where, like, he's clearly in a bad state. And, like, Live Nation is like, we should do a tour.
Hey, would you like to make some money?
And Charlie's like, tour what? A tour what? And they're like, I don't know, just go. He's like, all right. And so he goes on that tour that was a big kind of cultural phenomenon. But they said that after the tour, first of all, the tour was obviously a disaster. The shows were terrible.
And I love all the people that they interview at the shows. Like, that was a waste of money.
Yeah, it was like the old school. They used to do this for movie trailers back when there was commercials on television because people watch television. They would do it like right before a movie came out. They would do a screening of the movie, and then they'd interview people after the movie. And they go, it's the movie of the summer. It's the best movie ever. And they'd make a commercial out of it. So it was like that vibe, except they were interviewing people coming out of Charlie Sheen's Torpedo of Violent Truth tour. And they were like, dude, don't ever buy tickets to this. It's terrible. He's just rambling. He doesn't make any sense. And, like, you look at it now in the right frame of mind, and you're like, yeah, he's an addict, like, at the height of using. Like, that's why he's doing what he's doing. Do you think he's doing this under his right mind? Like, this isn't some grand strategy. And they said that after the tour, he was just so destroyed by the whole thing, like just exhausted and mentally drained by it, that what did he have to do? Go into a dark room for weeks and just do a ton of drugs. And you're like, oh, everybody was contributing to almost his death. I mean, thank God he was able to get out of it because that angel of a drug dealer that he had.
He's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
And that's the difference, by the way, between somebody like Charlie Sheen and somebody like Kanye West. Charlie was just like, hey, you seem like a cool dude. Do you want to be best friends?
Yeah, that's 100%. Charlie just wanted fun dudes to party with and be best friends with.
I'm one of the most famous people in the world. You want to be best friends?
You want to be best friends?
For weeks?
I do fun, crazy shit. I don't have a God complex.
Like that photo of Charlie on his drug dealer's shoulders where he's doing like the Titanic.
Yeah. And you almost go like, yeah, we're having a blast.
Yeah, that looks great.
But then you would hear they'd be like, yeah, man, I mean, those parties, they'd last for 2 weeks. And you're like, what?
He said he left for like a week and he came back and
party's still going.
Still going on.
You're like, what? No, I had to leave. I had to go. It was too much.
And then Kanye's just like, hey, if you don't agree with me, get out of here.
Right. You know what we should do? Yeah. Right. I'm the genius of the world. Listen to these fans. Listen to their feedback on poor Charlie's show.
So not winning. Horrible. It was awful.
They needed more porn star stories.
Yeah, it needed more porn stars.
We're the cops, because I was just robbed by Charlie Sheen. Everybody in every other city that bought tickets, you just lost your money. He ain't going to show up.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Charlie got offended by the people booing. Yeah. He didn't know what to do next.
That was the deal then.
That was the deal.
I feel so bad, Charlie. I love you, but this is not see him if they know what is smart. Don't go to the show.
By the way, can you pause?
Go to a show.
And not that he doesn't deserve it. The show sucks. The show sucks. You should tell everybody the show sucks. But this is such a great microcosm of like the news media. They go, oh, there's a thing happening with Charlie Sheen. Let's get a sit-down interview with him. He's not in any state to be doing sit-down interviews. but let's do a sit-down interview him and let's get like some real hype around this. And that's the sit-down interview that he did where he was like, losing, winning, duh. And everybody goes crazy for it, right? And they build him up to this level, to the point where there has to be a tour. They're part of the process of building him up to superhero status. And they go, okay, guess what time? Let me check my watch. Guess what time it is? Time to destroy him. And they're like, let's interview people outside and let's now broadcast that he sucks. You know what I mean? It's the same vehicle that just decides like, all right, now that we're done, we've gotten our nut. We're done building him up. People are kind of getting tired of the Charlie Sheen stories. The ratings aren't there anymore. Let's destroy him. That could give us a nice little loop in this thing. And that's exactly what is happening here.
You know, it's funny, but the build-up part is that they showed a clip of it. SiriusXM had
a Charlie Sheen channel.
Tiger Blood Radio.
Do you have any idea? And you know what I was thinking when I saw that? Do you know how big of a part of that we would be?
I know.
We'd be all over it. I mean...
You'd get a big 7 from it.
We'd get a huge 7 from it. We'd get the biggest 7 from it. The morning mashup would be livid. We would take all, I mean, and that's the thing. I can't criticize anybody too much because we'd be drinking Tiger Blood like it was going out of stock. Like we'd be living off Tiger Blood in here. Every day would be Charlie Sheen stuff. Jim McClure would be going into meetings with the big boss like, oh yeah, we have great Charlie Sheen coverage going on Sam's show. You know, I mean, yeah, we'd be attached at the hip to this story. I think I was doing some show when this was going on, a night show or something. I remember maybe it was the weekend show even.
Yeah.
It was that long ago. And I was
You were covering it.
I was covering it. But yeah, now? Oh, forget it. I'd be if I had this show while this was going on, I guarantee you we'd be in the doc.
Yeah.
Guarantee we'd be in the doc.
That was funny to hear though. And I was like, oh man, they should have brought it back for the documentary.
I'd love to
The return of Tiger Blood Radio?
Yeah, Tiger Blood Radio is back.
An app exclusive?
Yes.
That's right. Maybe get Charlie Sheen in here.
Yeah.
You know?
He didn't come through at all.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame.
Maybe he did LA or something. I don't know.
Can I tell you one of my favorite parts of the doc?
Of course you can.
Remember, his family did an intervention. They're like, dude, you got to go to rehab. We have to take you to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
So they take him to rehab. He gets into rehab, and he says, tomorrow I'm judging a bikini contest in Palm Springs. I need you to let me go. I have to go. I have to judge this contest.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And they're like, if I don't return, I will give you $1 million.
Yeah, he goes to the receptionist, and he goes, I'll be back by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And if I'm not there, I'll give you $1 million.
And he wrote it down.
Yeah, right. And she goes, fine, go. And at like 7:58 a.m., he just rolls in.
He's a man of his word.
I mean, and that's...
A G.
I mean, and kind of like the whole thing about Karate Kid. How his dad told him to go to the other one, and he did it. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be Ralph Macchio.
Right,
yeah. He passed that up because he was a man of his word.
Right, because that's right. He's a man of his word.
He's a man of his word.
They were like, yeah, he was doing this like, real goofball movie, I think it was. But it feels like the type of movie I'd like to get on 4K now.
But he had to go like overseas.
But he promised I'll go overseas to shoot this nonsense movie. And then, yeah, you're right. Ralph Macchio, they were like, well, you can be the Karate Kid. And he really wanted to do it, but his dad was like, in this business, you got to give your word, which is, I mean, hilarious that's how he was brought up. And to an extent, he still gave his word, but also like, you got to be a man of your word. That's how your reputation is built in this business. And he's like, well, what if I just like completely destroy a sitcom?
I didn't realize, maybe I did, but I forgot, that he and his brothers went with their dad to film Apocalypse Now.
I know that he got, and Apocalypse Now.
In the Philippines. It's insane.
That he was in as a kid. He was there in the Philippines while his dad was doing Apocalypse Now, and that's where like addiction really took hold of Martin Sheen.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, and
that's one of the most nuts filming stories. Ever. Just getting that movie made.
It's so weird when these like actors and directors like turn these movies into real life. Like, you don't have to.
No, but that whole film, just the making of it is just insane. Like,
it's its own movie.
It is its own movie. It's its own documentary. But like to make something on that scale, you never do. I mean, obviously, you would never do that now because there's green screens and CGI and shit.
Plus, the industry's dying.
That's another thing.
Yeah, the industry's dying, and they go like, "Can we get like a streamer to do it?" What's iShow doing?
What's Tubi doing?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Francis. We're trying to get this to stream on Tubi. So I don't know for sure. Yeah. Can we make like the biggest thing you've ever seen? We could, but most people will be watching on their phones. So we're going to scale back, I think.
He did probably dodge a bullet, though, not doing Karate Kid.
I think so. Only because that would be his thing. And he
Name
ends
one
up...
other movie that Ralph Macchio has done.
Karate Kid 2.
No.
He wasn't in the second one?
Not Karate Kid related.
Wasn't he in a movie called Crossroads?
That was Britney Spears you're thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking of
That's Britney Spears. She's a pop star. Cobra Kai, the series.
That's the same character.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Danielson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, he really got pigeonholed. I'm sure he did other stuff.
But it's so difficult at the time. First of all...
Oh, right, of course, My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. The Outsiders. The Outsiders was big.
Okay.
But he did The Outsiders before Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, My Cousin Vinny.
Crossroads. I thought... No, that's not a movie. That's the video for the song Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh. That was him in the clouds. Danielson was just waving in the clouds. Yeah, Danielson was up there. I think it was the Karate Kid character.
No, there's a Crossroads with Britney Spears. You were right. Also.
Nailed that,
From
too.
2002, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you never seen Crossroads?
No.
Put it on your list.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to miss it, but...
That's the Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads. A lot of great Crossroads. So I'm sure the Ralph Macchio movie is great, too. But yeah, I mean, at the time, it's got to be, and he said he was mad at his dad over it. Because like Karate Kid became this cultural thing. And, you know, even if Karate Kid is the biggest thing that you ever do, most people will never touch it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think he was very mad at his dad. But what ends up happening is like he just works along. He ends up doing Platoon.
Yeah.
Which was the big break because he's doing Platoon. And then Oliver Stone goes, hey, after we're done doing this, I'm going to do a movie called Wall Street. I want you to be Bud Fox. I want you to be the star.
What a run.
And then once you go on the run, and you don't even, when they start describing the run, and they didn't even count everything, but he goes on a run like nobody's ever seen.
I mean, they didn't even touch on Major League.
They didn't do anything. I mean, they showed images from it, but they didn't even, the whole franchise, they didn't touch on Major League. They didn't, I mean, we make jokes, but Hot Shots
hilarious.
Part 2. People, it was a success.
Oh, it's so funny.
Like, yeah, the comedy era of Charlie Sheen, they didn't really touch on, but that era was big. That was the kind of transition era to, it went from like huge movies to big comedies and then a little break ski and then sitcoms. When he did like Spin City and stuff like that.
Which I completely forgot that he replaced Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, on Spin City.
Probably because, I mean, I don't know anywhere that even re-airs that, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because it was
but there's a lot of
successful.
It was, but there's, I mean, where do you see Dharma and Greg?
I mean, just when I pop it in the DVD player.
That's true. You got the whole season?
Oh, yeah, the whole series.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's great.
Yeah. I love Dharma and Greg.
Both of them?
Yep.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of those sitcoms that you don't see anymore.
Platoon 86, Wall Street 87.
Right.
Young Guns 88.
Oh, Young Guns.
8 Men Out, also 88, which was fairly successful.
It was also fairly successful, but he loves baseball.
Oh, loves baseball. So
the fact that he
tried out to be a baseball player.
Right. The fact that he got to do 8 Men Out, it's a great baseball movie.
Major League 89.
Wow. Yeah.
Hot Shots 91.
Navy SEALs.
Huh?
90.
Hot
Navy
Shots
SEALs.
Hot Shots Part 2, 93. Major League 2, 94.
All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
All Dogs Go to Heaven
96. Loose Women. He played the Barbie-loving bartender.
But I mean, just...
Oh, yeah, the Three Musketeers was a big one.
I don't know if that's how it's pronounced.
I think it is.
Just
Money Talks. Yeah, they had, what's his name, who did the Jackie Chan movies after, Chris Tucker from Money Talks. That Money Talks is actually a big movie. Yeah. So, yeah, it was watching the whole story played out, and they did a very good job chronicling kind of how big the Tiger Blood period got.
It was.
And how absolutely massive the whole thing was. So, Yeah, and then, I mean, when you're talking about docs, now there's going to be a Butthole Surfers doc?
The Whole Truth and Nothing But?
Is it WH or no?
WH? Why? Why would it be WH?
It's HOLE?
Uh-huh.
The Whole Truth and Nothing. I mean...
And Butt has 2 T's.
We got it.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it before. I got it with the whole thing.
The Whole Truth and Nothing But.
The Butthole Surfers surprise reunited for the first performance in 8 years. Which, you know, okay. It's not that long. Yeah, 8 years. I mean, I feel like the Butthole Surfers haven't been together since, what would that make it, 2017?
Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they were around in 2017, kind of. Also, you know, and this is shout out to the Butthole Surfers. I feel like we could just do like a 10-minute making of the video Pepper.
No, I'd be interested in watching this.
The whole
I'll check this out.
90 minutes?
Yeah. Why not?
I mean,
I love music docs, so this is right up my alley.
What if they did a dramatization like the Queen movie?
Of the Butthole Surfers?
Of Butthole
Would
Surfers.
they reenact their best concert for the last hour of the movie?
For the last hour, it would be like, yeah, it would be a Lollapalooza performance of Pepper. for the last 45 minutes. Yeah. Long in the works documentary, Butthole Surfers, The Whole Truth and Nothing But.
Get it?
Had its West Coast premiere on Tuesday night at the Egyptian Theater as part of Beyond Fest. The whole band was in attendance after the screening. It turned into an unannounced Butthole Surfers performance. First performance in 8 years. All 3 songs, Cherub, The Colored FBI Guy, The Shah Sleeps in Lee Harvey's Grave, but Gibby Haynes, Paul Leary, Jeff Pincus, and King Coffee were as disorientingly chaotic and noisy as they're known to be. That's fun.
Like Pepper.
I would have wanted Pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper.
3 songs nobody's ever heard.
Pepper. I think Cherub people have heard.
No, you're thinking of Cherub Rock from Smashing Pumpkins.
Love that. I love Cherub Rock. I love Cherub Rock.
If they should have played that.
Yeah, if they had played Cherub Rock, yeah, I would have been like, this rules. I mean, I'm sure they have a very, very loyal sort of fan base.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They're the ones that would call in and go like, see, I told you, they're not a one-hit wonder.
See, they made a documentary.
Yeah, wow.
That's fine. I'll take a Delamitri documentary, too.
I'd watch a Delamitri documentary.
They're still one-hit wonders.
That's right. That's right. Tell me about the hit. You'd just be really waiting for the explanation behind that hit. And then after they like talk about the hit and move on, and you're going like, there's still 45 minutes on this doc?
I'd probably go to the bathroom and not come back.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'd pull a Roberts.
Yeah.
Well, turning this off and never coming back to it. 866-969-1969, Sam Roberts Show. Austin in Texas. What's up, Austin?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Yeah, so the Butthole Surfers documentary actually sounds pretty interesting. So they're kind of one of these weird bands, I guess, like the Crash Test Dummies in Canada, but for Austin, where they're kind of legends on the scene down there. Like Gibby Haynes, the lead singer of the Butthole Surfers, like is famous for giving Daniel Johnson acid, leading to him losing his mind and like crashing a plane with his father in it and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
there's a lot going on with that band, man. Anyway, I'm punching out.
Have you seen that? Speaking of great documentaries, have you ever seen The Devil and Daniel Johnson?
The guy from Silverchair?
Is that Daniel Johnson?
Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
I thought it was, isn't, or am I thinking of a different guy? I think it's The Devil and Daniel Johnson.
Oh, Daniel Johns.
It's Silverchair. Yeah. Yeah, I think, isn't Daniel Johnson the guy who was like the experimental?
Devil and Daniel Johnson.
Yeah. He's out of his mind, but he like would make all these experimental songs and drawings. He's the guy that did the drawing that was notoriously on like the Kurt Cobain T-shirt that he wore with the eyeballs and everything. Yeah. The Devil and Daniel Johnson. He's like schizophrenic, and it's this is one of my favorite docs.
Really?
Ever. It's so good. Yeah, play a little bit of the trailer. It came out several years ago. Yeah, like 2005.
That's 20 years ago.
It's great.
This is Nirvana?
This
is a Nirvana song?
I believe this is Daniel Johnson.
My name is Daniel Johnson. This is the name of my tape. And it's Hi, How Are You? And I was having a nervous breakdown when I recorded it.
Try to remember.
It's very like Daniel Johnson. You get it. Daniel Johnson was, I mean, very in the spirit of Wesley Willis. You know what I mean? That sort of like underground rock and roll McDonald. That sort of underground, but we celebrate it for what it is type of music. Yeah, I went on a Daniel Johnston kick after I saw this doc. It's so good. I didn't know the Butthole Surfers helped him crash his plane. That's pretty cool.
Does he have any songs about whooping Batman's ass?
No, that you're thinking of Wesley Willis.
Okay.
I'll whoop Batman's ass.
What a time.
Yeah. He also...
That was a good time.
That was a great time.
I mean, Wesley Willis is an all-timer. Because that's why he didn't make the one-hit wonder list. Rock and Roll McDonald's, I Whoop Batman's Ass, Cut the Mullet is like a forever classic.
Is he not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
He should be.
He should be. Yeah, alongside Chubby Checker. I wish it was the same class.
God. I would put Wesley Willis in before Chubby Checker. Anyway.
Yeah. Wesley Willis. Danielle, have you ever heard any Wesley Willis? No. Oh, dude.
The lead legend.
Absolute.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He's an absolute legend, but the body of work he left behind will live forever.
Put a Rock and Roll McDonald's.
That's the one, right? That's the most famous.
I mean, he's got I Whoop Batman's Ass.
Cut the Mullet was a big one, too.
Retard Bus. I'm sorry that I got fat.
Oh, yeah, that was a really, really...
This was a good one, Suck a Cheetah's Dick.
I don't know if I've ever heard Suck a Cheetah's Dick.
It's a deep cut.
I'm assuming I know what the lyrics are. Check this out.
McDonald's is a place to rock.
Yeah, it is.
It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat. It is a good place to listen to the music. People flock here to get down to the rock music.
Yeah, they do.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
Hey. Rock and roll McDonald's. Hit him.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
Hear that key change?
Rock and roll McDonald's. McDonald's will make you fat. They serve Big Macs. They serve quarter pounders.
There is like an appreciation for music in this too. Like there is a structure to it.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
Key change.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
Hear that breakdown? Also, a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of that work is done on drum machines. It's not an actual drum.
It's like a preset on a Casio keyboard.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Wesley Willis was unhoused for a little bit of time in his life, and he would perform on the sidewalks. So you wouldn't be able to have a full band with you. You'd use the Casio for a lot of the instruments.
So I assume he never was on the radio.
Probably in Seattle, maybe local, one market radio, but in terms of, like, I don't know if Elvis ever played him.
How did you guys know about him?
I mean, this was like...
YouTube, or was it before that?
I think I probably found out about him early internet. It started getting around. But, like, I mean...
Yeah, because this was all, like, mid-90s.
Yeah, there was a period of time where somebody would just have a tape. Yeah. And you'd be like, what is this?
Like a CD?
Like a tape.
Like a tape. Like a
cassette tape.
That.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like somebody would be like, you got to listen. And then you could make me a copy of that. You give them a blank. You give them a blank tape and they'd make you a copy of it. And it would just go around and around. That's how I found Adam Sandler's comedy albums too. Or it would just be playing in like somebody's car. No, you didn't know about it. You didn't know to buy them.
I knew to buy Adam Sandler's CD. He was very famous.
Yeah. Not the first one.
Yeah.
No, as a kid, dude.
Oh, your parents were just shielding you.
Well, I'm not saying up to
Toll Booth Willie.
I don't know if Toll Booth Willie was the first one.
Was that the second album?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the first time I heard The Buffoon has a college interview. I bet you got real hairy balls.
Yeah, that was like a #1 album.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I do remember, I think how I heard of Wesley Willis is Rick Rubin produced one of his records. And it was like...
Good for Rick Rubin.
You know, Rick Rubin, I mean, legend.
Legend.
You know, Slayer, Danzig, Beastie Boys. And it's like, oh, who's Wesley Willis? And you listen and you're like, what the hell is he doing?
Right.
Like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was great.
It was awesome.
Rick Rubin's the man, dude.
There was a run of some, like I don't know if you remember the Kids of Whitney High?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course
That was like
I do.
another, like, what the hell is this?
Right, but it was like, let's see how far we can push this.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, of course I remember them. Yeah. And there was a quality to it.
Yeah.
You know, Rick Rubin watches like the same amount of wrestling that I do.
I was obsessed with wrestling.
Loves it.
Isn't that like one day we're gonna have that? You know, we're gonna have that conversation. I've crossed his path many a time at shows, many a time
At wrestling shows.
Yes.
Oh, he goes
all the time. He sits in the front row.
Have you talked to him?
Only like a hello.
Oh, dude, you got to be friends with him.
Yeah.
We will. It'll happen. It's destined.
He could produce your record.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You think so?
Yeah.
My name is Sam. I like wrestling.
Chicken fingers are good.
I only read one side of the menu.
The other side of the menu is not for me.
I like your sound, Sam. Then Rick goes and lays down somewhere to figure it all out.
You know, it's funny. It's like when you watch the old Beastie Boys interviews from like Licensed to Ill era.
Mm-hmm.
It's very influenced by Rick Rubin wrestling because the Beastie Boys are like, we're doing this and we're going here.
It's promos. Yeah. I mean, in like 93, 94, Rick Rubin bankrolled a professional wrestling company.
I think I knew that.
Like a local professional wrestling company that was trying to call Smoky Mountain Wrestling. It was bankrolled by Rick Rubin. And he was never part of it. He was like, he didn't book it. He wasn't part of the creative. He was not on screen. He was just like, they were making like old school wrestling. So he was like, yeah, I'll give you. And then when it didn't make any money, eventually he was like, I got to stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's obsessed. We went on Rogan and Rogan was like, how much wrestling do you watch? And he was like, probably like 10 hours a week. And I was just sitting there like,
you're like, hold my beer.
Yeah. I wasn't like everybody else is in shock. I go, that's the amount.
Yeah, that's about what I'm at.
That's what one would watch. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's your spirit animal.
Yeah, it's what makes sense. Like, I don't know. I don't know what other amount one would watch in a week.
10 is right.
Yeah. Drew in Gainesville. What's up, Drew?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Hello, Danielle.
Yeah.
Don't listen,
No,
Drew. You can't do stuff like that, okay? It's not right.
I'm sorry. I'm channeling Puma. I'm sorry.
I know. We got rid of him a long time ago, and it's still it still really traumatizes Danielle.
No, I just wanted to say, man. So my first Wesley Willis exposure was either at Toad's Place in Connecticut or the Chance of Poughkeepsie. We piled 8 deep in my friend's Cutlass Supreme.
Yes.
And we saw Wesley Willis open for Guar. And it was possibly the best show of my life. Mike Tyson punched off Mother Teresa's head in that show.
Really?
But yeah, it was great. It was great. But The Vultures is the song you gotta. I think that's Wesley Willis's finest piece of work.
Vultures?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Fellas, you take it easy.
Thank you. Is that what Kanye's album is named after? Is he inspired by the Wesley Willis song?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Wesley Willis Vultures. Let's get if that's his finest work. He's got a lot of great work. I can't believe Mike Tyson punched off Mother Teresa's head.
And it didn't make headlines?
That's weird.
That's crazy.
Where is Vultures by Wesley Willis?
Aaron, you said?
Okay.
Sarah. What do you got, Sarah?
I want to hear if this is going to live up to all the hype. Oh, this is off Greatest Hits Volume 2.
First came down the dead body. It was a dead deer. They sucked their teeth into the dead deer. The vultures were hungry.
Vultures isn't the full name of the song.
The vultures, the vultures, the vultures, the vultures.
Good.
The vultures ate my dead ass up. The vultures ate the deer like it was going out of style. They were eating on the stub.
Oh, he's coming from the perspective of the
like
deer.
dogs.
Yeah.
The vultures, the vultures, the vultures, the vultures.
Some stank on that.
Much deeper than you think.
The vultures ate my dead ass up.
You're always good for one of those in a Wesley Willis song.
Oh, yeah.
Just hit it.
Well, he loves a loop.
fill.
He loves
a
a yeah. He's like, this just comes with the keyboard.
You also have to appreciate he literally uses the same preset every song.
100%. Like if I was like, dude, rock and roll McDonald's.
It's entertaining.
Yeah. Cut the mullet. Yeah. He's taking a little.
Yeah, he always had like these weird intermissions during his
The
songs.
vultures took off like a jet plane. They were flying united. They were flying at 150 miles per hour. They were flying like an airplane. The vultures, the vultures, the vultures, the vultures. The vultures ate my dead ass up. The vultures ate my dead ass up.
This is gonna be dangerous, dude.
The vultures ate my dead ass up. The vultures ate my dead ass up.
I feel like
rock on London, rock on Chicago. Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions.
He always has like a little plug at the end.
he likes to shout out at the end. Breakfast of Champions. Yeah, sure. This is a little, and that's also probably comes with the keyboard.
Yeah.
This is I feel like very dangerous. I feel like this weekend is going to be a lot of Daniel Johnston and Wesley Willis.
It's gonna be a fun weekend for the listeners. They're gonna go deep.
Yeah. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
Let's go to.
You gonna put Wesley on your drive-in music?
Maybe. It's a whole vibe though.
How's nobody done a Wesley Willis documentary yet?
I feel like there is one.
There has to be. I mean, that would be gold.
Yeah, he's the shit. Sarah on Long Island. What's up, Sarah?
Yeah, there is one.
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
Since we're in the mode of like weird bands that we got turned on to in high school, I wanted to know if you ever heard of the band Barney Rubble and the Constable.
It rhymes with Barney Rubble. No, I don't know Barney Rubble and the Constable.
Maybe Trap Dog can pull it up on YouTube. They have their whole album on there.
Wow. Is there a single? Is there one hit that we should really look at?
What's the standout track?
My favorites are Black Leather Nun, Fat Black Chicks on Crack. There's a lot of good hits.
What about Butt Slut? Is Butt Slut a good one?
Yeah, Butt Slut's a good one. It's very not safe for work. Warnings all around.
Oh, boy.
But
luckily it's XL channel.
Oh, not Barney Rubble and the Constable. It's
See you
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
This
Okay,
is
this is like an AC type of band.
Yeah. Soap Sud Enema. That's another one.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. I mean,
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Of course. You have to understand, like, when the internet was just in its infancy, the idea of hearing, like, really bad words.
Very funny.
It was very funny, and there was something really attractive about it. You know, it would really draw you in. So there was a whole genre of this. Barney Rubble and the Sea Stubble.
Live cut.
We go Sea Stubble. Yeah, let's hear it.
Close to the bed. It might set off the polyester.
Oh, this is from 2014? Must be like a reunion show.
Where is worse, the pasty white thighs or the dome on the base? Yeah, his head is coming through his hair. Yeah. These guys, for those of you who might remember, were around.
Yeah, maybe fast forward a little, get into the meat of the song.
That's probably a good idea.
Boom.
Into my mind, I reach for the chain. I reach hard behind. Sing it, what's what? Up to my balls and shit.
Okay.
I think this is Butt Slut.
Butt Slut, yeah, I think it sounds like Butt Slut. You know, I feel like Gigi Allen ruined it for a lot of bands like this.
Well, yeah, because he was a real one.
Yeah, I know.
He was definitely, he might have been the pioneer.
I think he was too, but he took it to such lengths.
Right.
That it's almost like difficult to be inspired by at that point. You know what I mean?
And where do you go?
Where do you go?
Because Gigi Allen would shit in his hand to throw it at the crowd. Like, what do you do past that?
Yeah, I don't know. And then he went out like exactly how Gigi Allen would go out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, he would assault the audience. Assault.
Oh yeah, if I remember from his documentary, it's been many years since I saw it, but you know, he was supposed to kill himself on stage.
That was the plan. He had advertised it.
And then this woman says to him, she goes, "Well, why don't you do it now?"
Oh.
And he goes, "Why don't you come up on stage and say it to me?" She's like, "Why don't you do it now?" And he goes, punches her right in the face.
Yeah, it's not a cool thing to do, but that was Gigi Allen.
That was the show.
That was the type of thing. And then he promised to do it. I believe he did a Morton Downey Jr. episode. Did Gigi Allen, yes. And he promised to do it, and he had a date and everything, and then he had a drug overdose and died. Yeah. So, tragically.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a real...
That he couldn't stick to his word.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like we said about Charlie, one of the things that made him great was that he stuck to his word. But Gigi, at the end, was not able to, unfortunately...
Love Johnny Cash.
Stick to his word. Gigi Allen?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. I don't know that... I wonder if the feeling was mutual. I mean, a lot of us, we love who love us, but it would just be tough, I feel like.
There's that famous picture of him, like, meeting Johnny Cash at a show.
He's really excited about it.
I mean, and he was as respectful as I think Gigi Allen could possibly be to anybody in the world.
Yeah.
When he met Johnny Cash.
Because that was the one guy.
What did he give him? I forget. Didn't he give him something?
It wasn't feces.
No. I don't think
it was something nice.
I don't think he gave him feces.
I could imagine like a jock strap or something.
No, I think it was something nice.
He was handing him something.
A T-shirt of his band. Now he was still wearing a World War II era helmet.
That was kind of his thing.
Yeah.
That was the style.